And the last one we're going to talk about the reveals, and it was the fan-voted one in this case. We have that of Spinister. And Spinister was one of those Target Master characters, specifically the double Target Masters from 1988. He turned into a helicopter. He was purple. He was pink. He was blue. And he had a weird kind of history. And then in 2012, he got one of those Timelines figures from BotCon. And then, they kept the name, trademarked in retail by throwing him on a Creo. They were making him a Target Master weapon. All kinds of weird history with him. And it kind of even hits close to home with me because when I was tasked to write the tech specs and bios for the fan club subscription service for Fun Publications and Hasbro back in 2016, I was brought in to write all of those. I kind of tied in his entire bizarre history of being a Target Master, of being a Target Master gun, all kinds of weird stuff like that, and even making a cameo in the Armada universe and having a weird, throw around of everything that's going on with him. I threw in all that kind of weird history that he had, and that was in 2016. Now, again, just like I mentioned with all the others, that number there, 2016, 3 years pass. Oh, there goes that trademark. Oh, it's coming. It's reaching out of our hands. So what does that mean? We got to put out a new figure and re-trademark that figure. So what do we got here? We got, for 2019, we're going to be getting a Spinister. And it looks very, very good. The thing is people have to ask themselves, so which do you think is the better one? I actually like this one a lot more than just the Alpha Bravo repaint that was done from Fun Publications, even though I have a close tie to that. If I have one complaint, and it's going to be a pretty obvious one, is that the two guns that are included with him, while they're colored like his Target Master buddies, unfortunately, they are not actually his Target Master buddies. He had Singe and he had Hair Splitter, who were his two Target Masters. And I believe when we did the trademarks, we had to call it Strut and Singe because we couldn't get Hair Splitter at the time. And I don't know if Strut is still trademarked. Probably not. I'm not sure. I'd have to look at the trademark archive for that. But as it stands right now, I mean, it looks really good. It's just he doesn't have his Target Master buddies, but otherwise everything else looks spectacular about him. It's going to be a deluxe scale figure. What I figure is probably going to happen, much like with Crosshairs that I mentioned before, probably going to end up being one of those figures for the smaller price point, get us a Target Master, make an extra sale. Perhaps maybe they'll do a 2-pack. Maybe he'll be included in a box set. You'll get the two. Who knows how they're going to want to go about that, but there's going to be probably other ways to be able to complete this figure. You're just going to have to do an exterior purchase at some point or another. Aside from that, I mean, he looks spectacular. The beautiful thing that I'm taking away from all of these reveals from Screen Rant is that Hasbro is really making a strong effort to make characters look like how they did originally, instead of just releasing toys that are, that look like the character but have different interpretations than their history. We got an Ape Face that looks like the original Ape Face toy and animation model. We got a Astro Train that looks like the original Astro Train and animation model. We got a Spinister that looks like his original toy, just lacking with the Target Master accessories. And in the case, at least, of Crosshairs, while they didn't want to probably go out of their way, make a brand new mold and give us something that's more of a pre-Cybertronian design, they at least were faithful to that of how it looked in the original animation model. Best example being, go back and watch the Season 4 opening of Generation 1, where you see him skidding across the ground with the sparks and stuff. He looks very nice. So this is really cool stuff. Another example, again, like I said, probably going to make you buy another product to complete this figure, but otherwise a very good attempt by Hasbro and Takara. Really looking forward to all this stuff. We're going to probably see what else is going to be revealed at SDCC that's going to be coming in the next couple of weeks. But this is some crazy stuff, and I'm really excited about it. And it really shows the direction that Hasbro and Takara are going with the line and really being true with stuff. And I mean, like I've said before, if you want to get an idea of what is probably coming down in the pipes, always look at those trademarks. Always look at those names and those characters that haven't gotten a toy in a couple of years, and you usually get a little bit of a cheat sheet of what's coming. We don't have Creo anymore. We don't have bot shots. We don't have all those small lines like we had, like the Heroes of Cybertron line, the little PVC line. those lines don't exist anymore to now throw, names onto characters to keep them trademarked. Even the Tiny Titans, we already kind of know what's going to be happening with the Tiny Titans and the Tiny Turbo Changers for the next couple while. So this gives us a very good, clear indication of what's going to be coming in terms of product. So definitely check this out. Apparently, all of this stuff is going to be released December 1st, 2019, so the final quarter of 2019, so it's not going to be a long wait either. This is all great-looking Transformers.